Hello, my name is Ree, and I am so glad you are here. Today, I want to offer you a little shift in perspective. Sometimes all it takes is a change in altitude. So let's begin by getting into a comfortable position in whatever way feels right for you today. Whether you are seated, standing, walking, or lying down, just be sure to elongate your spine, making any needed adjustments until you feel completely comfortable. Once you are comfortable, lower your gaze and gently and peacefully close your eyes, bringing your awareness to your breath. Just noticing your natural breath. Nothing is being forced. You are just becoming aware of your breath as it flows in and out of your body effortlessly. Now take a deep breath in through your nose. Pause and let it go slowly. Again, deep breath in. Pause and slowly exhale, releasing whatever you are holding. One more time. Deep breath in all the way down into the belly. Pause and slowly release it out. Let go of any tension you came here with. Let your shoulders relax. Your jaw soften. Unclench your teeth and your hands. Continue to breathe as you imagine you are standing in a meadow. It's early morning. The sky is the color of a peach that was left in the sunlight. Soft orange and pale gold at the horizon, fading upward unto the last violet of the night. And somewhere above it all, the first confident blue of the day is pressing in. The sun has not quite yet arrived, but the light has made its first appearance, as the light of day always comes just a little ahead. The grass beneath your feet is cool and damp with dew. You can feel it, that particular softness of a spring meadow in the early morning, giving slightly under each step. Around you, wildflowers are just beginning to open. Little ones close to the ground, in colors so gentle you might call them shy. And in the middle of the meadow, something is waiting for you. A morning journey, a glorious ride into the sky. Still laid out on its side, vast and colorful. Deep blues and warm golds, and a red that seems to hum against the morning air. A small crew moves around it with quiet, unhurried purpose, checking lines, managing the envelope as it slowly begins to fill, speaking to each other in low, easy tones. The burner ignites. A sound like a deep, controlled exhale, and a rush of heat rises upward into the billowing fabric. You watch it slowly come upright. This enormous, beautiful thing begins taking shape, filling itself, gathering itself toward the sky. One of the crew smiles and gestures toward the basket. It's time. is waist high, woven and solid. It's a warm, colored wicker. You step into the hot air balloon. It shifts slightly beneath you, finding its balance the way a boat does when you first board. You wrap your hands around the edge and look up. The balloon is fully inflated above you now. It's enormous, blocking a wide circle of sky and replacing it with color. The crew checks the last of the lines. There is a moment of absolute stillness. And then they let go. The ground peacefully and gracefully begins to fall away unhurried. Ever so gently, almost bashfully, 1 inch and then another. The meadow releases you as you rise. The burner fires that warm, steady rush of heat, and you rise a little more. 10 feet, 20. The meadow below takes on the shape of a painting. You can see the pattern of the wildflowers from here, the way they cluster together as if for company. The dew on the grass catching the first edge of the sun, and thousands of small lights you could never have seen from inside them. "30 feet, 50, 50. The sounds from below grow softer. The ordinary morning sounds like a distant road. The creak and the conversation of the world at ground level, they don't disappear, but they settle into a low register. And the sky around you opens. The horizon expands in every direction. What was a meadow is now just the beginning of everything. Trees giving way to hills, giving way to sky. The patchwork of fields in spring colors below. Some plowed dark, some impossibly green, some spilling with yellow. All together are like a quilt laid over the landscape for warmth. Higher still, the sun clears the horizon. It commits suddenly, fully, and the entire world below catches light. It moves across the fields from east to west, and you watch it travel. It reaches one hillside and then the next, gilding everything it touches. When did you last witness something so gorgeous? The basket creaks softly beneath you. There is wind at this altitude, not one you fight against, but one you are simply inside of. It's unhurried and warm, and it moves you the way water moves a leaf on a river, offering direction without effort. You look down. The roads are just thin lines from here. The rooftops, a cluster of warm tiles. A church steeple catching the light. A garden behind a house that someone has spent years tending. All of it from here, the size of a drawing, a memory of itself. What was enormous yesterday looks a little different from here. You sit with that thought, not to make small what is genuinely large, not to dismiss the weight of real things, but to notice how perspective moves, how the altitude changes the view, and how that view, quiet, wide, and unhurried, might hold things that the ground level view can't quite contain. You continue to drift slowly. The countryside moves beneath you. A lake appears, still and silver. You see your shadow pass across it, a faint, brief traveling. A hawk rides a thermal nearby, banking in a long, easy arc, glancing at you with what seems like mild curiosity. You are in its territory now, and it doesn't seem to mind. The spring colors from up here are extraordinary. The pink of blooming orchids laid out like loose brushstrokes across the hills. The white of old stone walls tracing the contours of the land. Boundaries placed by hands from long gone. Streams catching the light and losing it, and then catching it again. There is something in you that is quieter now than when you arrived in this meadow. Let yourself feel that. Feel your body lighter. Your breath slower. Your thoughts still there, still yours, but with a little more room around them up here. More air between them. Is there something you have been needing to see differently? Let that question float. Let the balloon carry it for a while. There is no rush to land. There is no schedule pressing in. Right now, there is only the morning, the sky, the patient earth below, and the way the light keeps arriving, finding new surfaces to touch. The burner fires once more, that warm exhale above you, and you drift a breath higher as the view expands again. More hills, more fields, more spring, more world than you remembered. Continue to breathe as you see differently. Take a moment to extend gratitude for this time to see things from a new perspective. The burner quiets, and slowly, gently, you begin to come down. Just a gradual, unhurried return. The fields below are growing larger. The colors sharpen as the distance closens what were brush strokes become real trees again, real flowers, real earth. You watch the ground rise to meet you, and there is something tender and sweet about the way it comes back. The way it was always there, patient, holding everything while you were up above it. The basket gently skims the top of the tall grass. That first whisper of contact, and then settles, rocking once, twice, and then it stills. You step onto the meadow, your feet on the damp ground again. The wildflowers at eye level, small and unhurried. The same morning, just from a different altitude now. And you are different too. Something in you has shifted. The way the light shifts when you turn slightly toward it. Take one final deep, refreshing breath in. Pause. And as you slowly exhale, feel the ground beneath you. The real ground, your ground. The weight of your body on the surface that's holding you. Notice the temperature of the room you're in. The sounds of your life, your day, your world returning softly. The way the birdsong returns after something passes through. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your body. And when you feel ready, gently and peacefully open your eyes. My name is Ree, and I want to thank you for joining me today as we took a journey upward to view things through a different lens. Until next week, carry a little of that altitude with you into your day.